The United States says the real test of the new peace agreement with Iran will not be the words written on paper, but the actions that follow. Speaking after the announcement of the U.S.-Iran Memorandum of Understanding, Vice President JD Vance stressed that Washington would judge Tehran by its conduct rather than its promises. His remarks come as the Trump administration seeks to defend the framework agreement amid growing scrutiny from lawmakers and allies. According to Vance, the deal is intentionally broad and serves as a starting point rather than a final settlement. The memorandum outlines a pathway toward ending hostilities, reopening the Strait of Hormuz, and beginning a new phase of technical negotiations between the two sides. However, many of the most sensitive issues remain unresolved and will be addressed during the next 60 days of talks. Vance emphasized that any economic benefits for Iran would depend entirely on verifiable changes in Iranian behavior. He said sanctions relief, financial incentives, and broader economic engagement would only become possible if Iran demonstrates compliance with its commitments. These include cooperation with international inspectors, addressing concerns over its nuclear activities, and reducing actions that Washington views as destabilizing in the region. One of the central elements of the agreement involves the return of international nuclear inspectors and efforts to address Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Vance described these provisions as key pillars of the deal, arguing that they would help ensure Iran does not pursue nuclear weapons in the future. Despite the administration's optimism, the agreement has faced skepticism in Washington. Several Republican lawmakers have called for more details, arguing that the public and Congress need a clearer understanding of how the deal will be enforced. Critics have questioned whether Iran can be trusted to follow through on its commitments and whether the framework contains sufficient safeguards. Vance acknowledged those concerns, but maintained that the agreement creates a structure in which Iran must earn every benefit through measurable actions. He argued that the framework is designed to reward compliance while preserving the ability to reimpose pressure if commitments are not met. The vice president also pushed back against claims that the agreement immediately unlocks major financial rewards for Tehran. According to Vance, no funds are being released simply because the memorandum was signed. Any future economic relief would be tied to verified progress on the issues outlined in the agreement. For now, the focus shifts to the next phase of negotiations. Diplomats from both countries are expected to work through the technical details that could determine whether this framework evolves into a lasting peace agreement or becomes another failed chapter in the long and turbulent relationship between Washington and Tehran. As Vance put it, the future of the deal will depend on one thing above all else: not what Iran says, but what Iran does.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.